Okay, now on to the series of videos that still are online. I'll try and hit all these. Well, there's 4 of them, so we'll see. They get shorter. This first one's from April 2004, so I still wasn't working yet. I was still fresh out of school. The ones that are all on Newgrounds are collaboration videos. They're videos that I did with other people, usually connected by some kind of theme. This one was Newgrounds Jam 3. The theme on this one, I think, was that they gave us an image, and we had to start and end our videos with that image, and then you could play through all of them. I won't play everyone else's just because I don't want to. Yeah, I'll just play mine. I'll provide a link though to watch the whole thing on Newgrounds. I don't know how that's going to work now because since Adobe doesn't support Flash anymore, I tried watching some videos on there and it seems like things just stream straight through. So even though the .swift files are still on their server, they have some kind of like proprietary viewer now that plays the Swift files. Like so somehow they can get around it with Adobe cutting out Flash. So they kind of have like their own like makeshift Flash player, but for some reason it doesn't seem to work with menus too well. So good luck. All right, here's mine. I don't remember what it even was about. I think it was called the Art Gallery. Oop, already. Okay, so the piece she's looking at is yeah, this gets very Silent Hill reference. The wheelchair scene, I think there's a movie called Session 9 that it was originally referenced from, but it's a scene from Silent Hill 3. There's like this pane of glass in this one hallway in the other world, and it's like just a wheelchair illuminated by light, and it's eerie, and it's also kind of cool. And in the background here you see my old logo. That symbol, I'm sure I have a higher res somewhere if I can find one. It was actually a reference to Metal Gear Solid 2 when the Colonel would start glitching out. Spoilers. Like you could see like his skull and stuff from the inside. Because he was a simulation, and I just love that visual aesthetic. And I created like a side profile of a screaming character, made the skin transparent, skull, see through and whatnot. But to this day, I still love the logo. It just, I don't know, something about it's kind of cool. All right, play. Pause. Yeah, another Silent Hill 3 reference. I think this was around, when Heather burns the painting, finds a door behind it, and crawls through and gets through to the other world. Same thing. Yeah, this is actually a reference to my first or second animation I had. The first one, which was titled Pick, based on like when did I draw that? Like 7th grade, 7th, 8th grade. It was like a hollow character peeling at their skin. I might have a picture of it. If I have a picture, I'll put it somewhere here. A couple years afterwards, I kept redoing the concept, just kind of like making the picture, kind of like redrawing it, but I don't know, better, I guess. I mean, I'm not the first one to come up with the concept, and won't be the last. Ooh, I have to find a way to blur that out. Yeah, I should have done something with the circles towards the end there. They were like very jagged, I think that was from the downscaling of the image. The way it kind of optimizes everything in the file, not in the file, but in the Anyway, what I should have done was kind of blurred it or done something to make it smoother as it came up. My fault though. Animation wasn't. I mean, it was alright. It was smooth. Some of the routing animations weren't that great. They looked very cartoony. I think if I remember right, I think I did a lot of hand-drawn stuff for that too. When was that made? No, it would have been after Newgrounds. Yeah, it would have definitely after Newgrounds was 2 version 2. Not terrible though. Newgrounds Versus 2. I don't know who was in the first one. I'm assuming Jill might have ran the first one too. Not sure. But yeah, if I remember it, my video was inspired by this animated short film called F8. It was like 15 minutes long or something like that. I'm trying to remember what it was on Tech TV back before G4 and all that stuff. It was a TV channel. They had a series of, they had a show that was a series of like user submitted animated shorts. And a lot of them were pretty cool. There was one called F8 and it was about if I can find it, I'll link it in the description. It's kind of like this alien creature trying to find a face from like a vault. He steals himself a face, runs away. Aesthetically, this is the theme I was going for. I haven't seen this since then. I don't remember how long this is. Story in a very distant future when food races most dominant creatures. History repeats like humans are trying today. Robot trying to bring back a lost species to learn a little more about the creature. As for that creature, even though its purpose is to keep your species going, if you're down, you know you've lost. Well, you get the idea. Oh no, this sounds like it's going to be depressing. We getting a splat. Oh, that was terrible. I mean, some of the robots looked kind of neat. This was definitely one of those pressed for time videos, even though I wasn't working yet. I think a lot of these collaborations had deadlines, so I wasn't able to work at them at my own pace. Which one was this? 2004. Yeah, the next one was also the next one was definitely pressed for time because we were trying to get it done for Halloween. It was a Halloween themed video called the Newgrounds Horror Show. Let's click the About thing first, see what that says. This horror show was a sudden idea I had in early October. Each animator had to follow a set of rules for their animation, and the goal of each animation was to create something scary, creepy, or disturbing for Halloween. Yeah, so these were probably done in like 3 weeks, it looks like. I tried getting more people involved. If I remember right, the rumor was that one of the Jack guy apparently stole his animation. I correct me if I'm wrong, I just remember hearing that from somewhere, but we didn't find out till like months later, and it's not like it's something you can just delete out. But we're not playing either of those right now. Mine was based on, I'm trying to remember, the songs, I mean, the video I think was titled RevveR, as in like reverse, but then like split, and then, yeah. I think it was telling a story backwards in reverse. Obviously, we're getting into the more depressed territory, so I think the whole thing was about, you know, bad stuff. But we'll see how the animation looks, at least, especially for a 3-week deadline. Ooh, even. Oh, I can't pause these. Oh, this is going to be interesting. So if I try to pause it, it seems to throw it back. Throw my website intro in there, so I won't be able to comment this until after, because if I try and pause it, it's going to restart. Alright, try it again. I like that. Okay, so visually, heavily inspired by so Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 came out. They also came along with these like making of DVDs, like The Art of Silent Hill. They, aside from like behind the scenes stuff, there was a lot of extras in those DVDs, like music videos, like weird little art videos that they had made. This was inspired by those. Artistically, heavily inspired by I'm gonna get, I think it was Usagi, and it was a video of Robbie the Rabbit kind of just going around doing creepy crap, no meaning whatsoever. I want to take that kind of aesthetic and give meaning to it. So again, like I said, the whole story was telling a story in reverse. So the story is actually two suicides that happen from school bullying. So you see like the hallways and the classrooms and stuff. So at the end of the character disappears, it's actually the character coming to a new town. The head shaking is the mental trauma. You know, they make a friend, but just being associated with the other one, they end up getting involved in the bullying. Their heads start shaking, trauma, you know, and that's why you have one character, two character, and whatnot. If you play the whole thing backwards, it's story of a kid comes to school, gets bullied, makes a friend, the friend gets bullied by proxy, the one friend commits suicide, the other friend continues to get bullied, also commits suicide, the end. I think there's a scene in there with a wheelchair, so it's probably going to therapy or something like that, you know, some kind of metaphor for that, or seeing a doctor for some kind of mental health, because, you know, I don't know. Yeah, for 3 weeks that was actually good. I mean, super proud of myself on that one. When was that made? Um, 2004 October. Oh, this is weird. I don't have anything at all submitted in 2005. I went completely silent for, I don't know. Maybe Final Fantasy 11 really did take a toll on me. That or I was just burnt out. Okay, last one. This would be a Simple Line 8. This one is also still available on Newgrounds. Alright, last one. This was made July, or submitted July of 2006, so I was already working. I'd been working for a couple months. I probably would have started this right after the Newgrounds 5 video, which was in April of the same year. This one was very hard for me to do. For some reason, I was way too exhausted from work. I couldn't get anything done. The concept behind this one was that it's called a simple line. I guess there was a style of flash animation back then. I think it's like line animation. I can't remember exactly what it was, but squiggly lines that would animate. It's very similar in style to like your Stickman videos. In fact, those two would usually interlink in some way. Either like the stick figures fighting lines, or the lines are turning into stick figures, you know, same concept. I've never done that stuff before, so I was very familiar with the art style and the art flow and how that actually worked. So that alone was a little stressful. This is very, very short, so I'll comment after. I don't want to risk pausing it and breaking it again, because these, I think only the Newgrounds Horror Show is the one. Actually, I can't remember. I didn't compile them all together and make the menus, so that's all on whoever programmed them. All right. I didn't have a whole lot of time to finish that one, and I don't know, it might have been my method doing it too. I probably should have animated each skull on its own layer in Flash, but I think what I ended up doing was I kept doing it all in the same layer, and I don't know why. It made it very hard to keep track of all the skulls, so the more skulls I added, the harder it got to keep everything in track. It was so stupid of me. I have a track record of doing stupid crap like that. I liked it. I wish it was longer. I wish I had more time with it. It was also my last submission, I think. Yeah, so now as far as the animations that I could not finish, I know for a fact that I have nothing of them. If only the Wayback Machine had saved those images, because I did have a bunch of clips and images on my old website, but the Wayback Machine doesn't have any of it archived, unfortunately. Same with Newgrounds.com. Two animations I was still working on. I had Newgrounds 6, which was gonna be for Feel Good Incorporated. The new album had dropped out, video just came out. It was awesome. I wanted to give it a crack at it, but that never came. It was very early. I want to say, yeah, storyboarding was done. Maybe one or two shots were done. That was it. I was going to do it after I was done with my other project, which was called Around an Unreal Tournament 2004. It was heavily inspired by Red vs. Blue. This was back in the day when Red vs. Blue, before YouTube, so if you wanted to watch the videos of Red vs. Blue, you had to go to their website and download the videos individually from their website. Still, they were insanely popular. This was kind of the same thing, but it was an Unreal Tournament, which was like my guilty pleasure. I love that game to death. I'm probably going into way too much detail on the actual video, but it was going to be my first time working with a lot of things. Voice actors, a full script. I think it ran around like 8 to 10 minutes long. I had the whole thing storyboarded, written, recorded, Everything was laid out. I'd say probably about a quarter of the animations was done. Art style wise, I was using screen grabbed images of the in-game level from Unreal Tournament. I'd use like the level editor, deleted a bunch of like stuff from the actual level so I could fly in without any kind of like crap floating, and then I would screen grab all those for every individual shot. And then the character animations were a mix of symbols and tweens, but also the hand animation, so the characters looked very I'm trying to think of, very cartoonish. It was a different art style than what I was used to, but there were so many references, video game references mostly. I was really proud of it. The 3D animation was phenomenal. I mean, in terms of my own personal opinion, compared to what I had done previously with Swift 3D, using vehicles and stuff from the game, but built, rendered in Swift 3D. Yeah, that one was a shame. I only ever gave out my work in progress to one person. I doubt they still have it. Yeah, it's another one that's lost. I mean, no one remembers that game that much anyway, but it was an awesome game. Do I have anything else to say about all this? Not really. This is probably the only time I'm going to talk about old projects. I might go through like some old sketchbooks or something like that, but mostly everything's going to be about this kind of stuff. So I can even get it in the light, right? This was a Dragoon helmet that I was working on for, I think my last like full costume I made was 2019 for Sci-Fi ValleyCon. I was working on this for 2020, then the shutdown happened. Never got a chance to really finish it. Of course, then put on pandemic weight like everybody else did, and everything I was working on wasn't going to fit anymore, so I tossed the armor, kept the helmet for, sentimental reasons. It's unfinished, the visor's over there, but I can't reach it. I'm hooked into some cables, so I can't go all over there without hanging myself. As you can see, there's Sister of Battle armor. I made that for my sister in 2019 to go along with my Terminator chaplain. I'm going to be going into more depth with them when I have the free time. They were what my original first videos were supposed to be about. Right now I'm slowly starting to work on a Halloween costume. Usually I make a Halloween costume for the roller skating rinks I go to, just for fun. And since I haven't really made anything since the Terminator chaplain in 2019, trying to get in that's going to be kind of like, I don't know, get me all warmed up to get back into cosplay. So hopefully we can look forward to that at some point. But yeah, I mean, for the probably 5 people that see this, I mean, old Newgrounds stuff, I'd still love to get back into it. I know I said that like 10 times now, but I also want to get back into my cosplay and stuff. Just bought a house maybe 6 months ago. It's been non-stop renovations and fixing everything up. I had all my costumes in storage for like probably at least 9 months. A lot of them got damaged by heat, so I have a lot of repairs to do on that stuff. But the idea was the basement we're doing, about half the basement is all craft room. I'd pick the camera up and walk it around, but one half is just washer, dryer, furnace, and then the other half is craft room, costume display, supply room for arts and crafts. So it's going to be fun once everything's kind of settled down and we can actually start working on costumes again. It's going to be so fun. I honestly can't wait. But yeah, till then and stuff. Yeah, later.